Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Tuesday, January the 24th. Hope you're doing well on this Tuesday. We are having a relatively good winter here in the Northeast. No snow yet, unless you like snow, and then it's not the best winter. So obviously our opinions can change depending on what appeals to us. Certain things, though, appeal to all of us. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about that in the gospel today. So I'm going to ask you to quiet your minds and hearts as we prepare to hear St. Mark chapter 3, verses 31 to 35. The mother of Jesus and his brothers arrived at the house. Standing outside, they sent word to Jesus and called him. A crowd seated around him told him, "Your mother and your brothers and your sisters are outside asking for you." But he said to them in reply, "Who are my mother and my brothers?" And looking around at those seated in the circle, he said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of God is my brother and sister and mother." So what we have here is an interesting phenomenon that Jesus extends his family, if you will. So allow me to share with you a recent story that happened. It was actually yesterday. I went to a wake service for a friend of mine's mother who had passed away. And there I saw some people who I hadn't seen in a while from the middle school where I used to sub. Well, it was unbelievable. We shared and we greeted each other with such a really nice way. And how have you been? And I haven't seen you in a while. And how's this one? And how's that one? And it dawned on me that if we had met in a store somewhere, it would have been just, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, how's it going? Oh, yeah." And then off we would have went. But we were at a common place of mourning. We were at a funeral home. And you know the saying, "Oh, we see you only at funerals and weddings." Well, there's a phenomenon that goes on there, isn't there? There's some kind of a bonding that takes place whenever there's a common mourning, a common love, a common joy, a common sorrow, whatever it might be. All of a sudden, a bond takes place. And that is why we have such a positive interaction, if you will, at these weddings and funerals. And all of a sudden, these people who are really not family appear to be like family. But what happens then when we have a church group that is serving others, or we have rescues that are trying to help animals in need, and all of a sudden we have a lot of fighting going on? Well, I'll tell you what I think happens. In the funeral, it's clear who the one in need is, and there's no questioning who the one who is kind of the centerpiece, right? It's the ones who have lost their loved one. At a wedding, it's the couple. It's their love. At the funeral, it's their sorrow. There's no question who it is. But in the church group or the animal rights group, and I'm not judging them by any means, I'm just saying, sometimes all of a sudden we get a little lost in who the centerpiece is. We might even put that centerpiece on us. Look what I'm doing versus so-and-so. And there's not a clear-cut idea of who the most important people are. How do we then get around this? Well, I think we get around this by saying that the most important one in all settings is God. And that is what, we link to if we were to call anyone our brothers, our sisters, our mother, outside of our blood relatives, if you will, because we have that clear cut that God is the one that means the most. And where is God? Well, he threads through every single one of us. My friends, as always, there's a challenge within these readings. I've put out some information to you, some thoughts. Hopefully you can take them into a challenge, into some actions, into your day and into your week. I'm always here for your thoughts and your comments. I welcome them. I appreciate them. And mostly I appreciate you joining me. Please continue to follow me at joedwyerjr.com. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I'll see you back here soon. Take care.